Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today on What You're Watching, we're diving deep into the world of Bitcoin. It's been making headlines for years, with some calling it the future of finance, while others say it's a bubble waiting to burst. We're going to break down exactly what Bitcoin is, why it exploded in popularity, and why we've seen such a dramatic price drop recently. So whether you're thinking about investing or just want to understand what all the hype is about, stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. So, what exactly is Bitcoin? In the simplest terms, it's digital money. Imagine sending cash through email. That's kind of what Bitcoin is like. But here's what makes it unique. Unlike traditional currencies, Bitcoin isn't controlled by any government or bank. It exists solely on the internet, on a network of computers all around the world. Now you might be thinking, if there's no central authority, who decides how much Bitcoin is worth? And that's where things get really interesting. Bitcoin's value is determined entirely by supply and demand. There's a fixed supply of only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist. This scarcity is built into Bitcoin's code, and it's one of the reasons why some people believe it could be a hedge against inflation. Think about it. When governments print more money, it can devalue the currency you already have. But with Bitcoin, that limited supply helps to control inflation. That's not to say Bitcoin's price doesn't fluctuate. It's actually known for its volatility. But that limited supply is a key factor that sets it apart from traditional currencies. Another key feature of Bitcoin is the blockchain. The blockchain is like a public ledger, a digital record of every Bitcoin transaction that's ever been made. It's completely transparent and secure, which is a big part of what makes Bitcoin so appealing to many. Because transactions are recorded on the blockchain and verified by this network of computers, it makes it incredibly difficult to counterfeit or double spend Bitcoin. So, to recap, Bitcoin is digital money that operates independently of any government or bank. It has a limited supply, which contributes to its value and potential as an inflation hedge. And it relies on a secure, transparent technology called the blockchain to record and verify transactions. Now that we've covered the basics of what Bitcoin is, let's move on to why it became so incredibly popular. Bitcoin went from a niche idea to a global phenomenon in a relatively short amount of time. So what sparked this meteoric rise in popularity? Well, there are several factors at play. First and foremost, Bitcoin's potential for massive profits was a huge draw for early adopters. We've all heard the stories of people who invested small amounts in Bitcoin early on and became millionaires practically overnight. These success stories, while not the norm, captured the public imagination and fueled the FOMO, or fear of missing out, that drove many to invest. But beyond the allure of quick riches, Bitcoin offered something more profound, a potential solution to some of the perceived flaws in traditional financial systems. For many, Bitcoin represents financial freedom. It allows individuals to take control of their money without relying on banks or intermediaries. This decentralized nature resonated with people who were disillusioned with traditional banking systems, especially after the 2008 financial crisis. Additionally, Bitcoin's 24/7 global market made it incredibly accessible. Unlike stock markets, which have limited trading hours, Bitcoin can be bought and sold at any time, from anywhere in the world. This ease of access, coupled with the ability to send and receive Bitcoin instantly, made it an attractive option for international transactions and remittances. Furthermore, we saw a growing acceptance of Bitcoin by businesses and even some countries. As more companies began accepting Bitcoin as payment, and countries like El Salvador adopted it as legal tender, it legitimized Bitcoin in the eyes of many and further fueled its popularity. And let's not forget the role of social media and online communities in amplifying Bitcoin's rise. Platforms like Twitter and Reddit became hubs for Bitcoin enthusiasts to share information, discuss market trends, and create a buzz around this new technology. This online community played a significant role in driving adoption and spreading awareness. Now, for the million-dollar question, Or perhaps a question of a few $1,000s less these days. Why is the price of Bitcoin dropping? Well, like most things in the financial world, it's rarely just one factor, but rather a confluence of events. One major factor is the cyclical nature of markets. Bitcoin has experienced these parabolic rises and subsequent corrections before. Remember, what goes up must come down, at least temporarily. After significant growth in 2020 and 2021, a market correction is almost expected. Another factor is the rising interest rate environment we are currently in. As central banks raise interest rates, traditional investments like bonds become more attractive. This can lead to a shift in capital away from riskier assets like Bitcoin. And speaking of inflation, that's another factor impacting Bitcoin's price. While Bitcoin has been touted as an inflation hedge, it hasn't always behaved that way. During high inflation, investors often flock to tangible assets like gold. We also have to consider the actions of large investors, often referred to as whales. When these whales sell off holdings, it can put downward pressure on the market. Media coverage also plays a role in influencing market sentiment. Negative news, regulatory uncertainty, or security breaches can create fear and uncertainty among investors. And finally, political factors can also impact Bitcoin's price. For example, China's crackdown on cryptocurrency mining and trading in 2021 had a significant impact. The key takeaway is that Bitcoin's price is influenced by a complex interplay of factors, including market cycles, interest rates, inflation, investor sentiment, media coverage, and political events. It's never just one thing, but a combination of elements that can shift the balance of supply and demand. So, there you have it, a deep dive into the world of Bitcoin. We've covered what it is, how it rose to prominence, and what's driving its current price fluctuations. While the future of Bitcoin remains uncertain, one thing's for sure. It's a fascinating technology that has the potential to reshape the financial landscape as we know it. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin's future? Do you think it will recover and reach new all-time highs, or are we witnessing the beginning of its decline? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos on finance, investing, and all things money. Thanks for watching, and